The decision by the CAF Executive Committee was informed by accumulated delays in getting the stadia and other facilities ready in time for January 12th, when the African Nations Championships (CHAN) is scheduled to kick off. This was the result of a report compiled by a team of inspectors who visited the 4 stadia last week in what was the third and final inspection. Works across the 4 venues began in September, more than 3 years since Kenya was awarded the hosting rights. Construction at Eldoret's Kipchoge Keino Stadium and Kinoru Stadium in Meru were among the most unpromising.
When we were bidding for the CHAN hosting, we were following the Jubilee Manifesto of 2013, where they had pledged to build 5 stadia. Okay. So we knew that they'll have had adequate time to build. Yeah. I don't know what happened that they didn't build it, but you see, these are government tasks, a pure government affair. They know their budgets, they know their priorities sometimes. Yeah. But I think they are the ones now to address that, deal with that, that infrastructure aspect, because we were sure that with the promise, and the Jubilee came into power in 2013, March, April. Yeah. So we knew that to build a stadia 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, now we'll be maybe dealing with confirmed lightings. Yes.
The Jubilee Coalition believes that sport and the arts unite a nation.
In its 2013 manifesto, the Jubilee government pledged to build 5 world-class stadia in 4 towns in Kenya, a plan that was widely lauded by its supporters, but criticized by opponents as wildly ambitious.
Jubilee will also construct 5 new stadia in Kisumu, Nakuru, Eldoret, Mombasa and Garissa, thus enabling it to bid to host the 2019 African Cup of Nations and the 2019 World Athletics Championships.
The promise appeared to gel seamlessly with the rights awarded to Kenya in April 2014 to host CHAN.
Vote Uhuru Kenyatta.
But by the time the campaigns for the 2017 elections began, there had been no new stadia built by the government, and the president admitted as much.
That is one pledge where we are still on what I would call work in progress. We've managed to rehabilitate a number of stadia. We have rehabilitated Kisumu, we have rehabilitated Kipchoge in Eldoret, and a number of others. But we have not yet built the 5 stadia. And I do believe that we are in the right direction. We have completed all their planning, has already been done. We have all the design work, all is done, and we're just pushing for the resources.
The deputy president, however, was on a different path.
As we talk today, in 6 months' time, the stadium in Wote will be complete. In 3 months' time, the stadium in Chuka will be complete. In 3 months' time, the stadium in Moyale will be complete. In 6 months' time, the stadium in Kamarin in West Pokot, which is historic, will be complete. So instead of 5 stadiums, we actually went for 9, just to make it good and to make it better.
CAF only needed 4, and it appears none of those the government speaks of meets its standards. It is not the first time Kenya is missing out on such an opportunity. In 1996, Kenya abandoned a chance to host the Africa Cup of Nations because it did not have the funds. But while the lack of capacity could be an issue, the inability to host such major tournaments could also be due to lack of early preparation and lack of political will. While Kenya was awarded the rights in 2014, it formed its organizing committee this year. It was always going to be a mammoth task getting everything ready for the January 2018 kickoff, given that some of the stadia would have to be built almost from scratch. As for the political will, CHAN did not visibly receive the same treatment the IAAF Under-18 Championships did. While its organization was also done hastily at the last minute as the government scrambled to lay the tartan track at the Kasarani Stadium, build hostels, training facilities and refurbish the stadia, the event had its patron as the First Lady, and aside from the local organizing committee, there was also an interministerial committee overseeing the organization of the event, and it was chaired by Interior Cabinet Secretary the late Joseph Nkaiseri. Of the 4 demands made by CAF to potential hosts, the 4th, political stability and security, was also another reason why Kenya was stripped of its hosting rights. The committee pointed out the current political climate in the country, with the fresh presidential election slated for 26th of October, but with opposition demanding for reforms fast before any election is held. Andrew Ochieng, NTV.